Somewhere among the stars, trouble was stirring. DataMan could feel it in his circuits as he sped past the Big Dipper. The evil wizard anti-math must be up to his old tricks again. DataMan knew his enemy well. He knew that because of the evil anti-math, someone at this very moment was missing out on the fun and excitement of numbers. DataMan knew he could help. And so begins the Texas Instruments DataMan User's Manual. That's right, that's the user's manual, designed to be read by elementary school kids. Not only does it tell you how to use the DataMan, but it includes all the lore behind it. I think of the Coco, the TRS-80 color computer, as the first computer I ever used or owned. But before the Coco, when I was 7, I had a DataMan. Wouldn't it be cool if I still had the very same DataMan that I had when I was 7? Wouldn't it be cool if it still worked? What would really be cool, though, is if I still had the user's manual. That was so well written that even a 7-year-old could read it and understand how it... Ooh, neat. This thing is not just a calculator, but an educational toy filled with math games, plus a memory that you could fill with flashcard problems. The DataMan was released by Texas Instruments in 1977 as part of a product line that also included the Little Professor and the TI-30 calculator. Today I'm digging this thing out and I'm going through the user's manual and we're going to explore every single feature that this little marvel has to offer. And then at the end, I will show how you too can experience the joy of the DataMan from your very own desktop. Let's get to it. When we first turn on the DataMan, it enters what looks like a calculator mode, but it's not really a calculator. They actually call it the answer checker. If I ask it what 5 times 9 is, it just kind of sits there basically saying, well, what do you think it is? I think it's 45. And that is the reward. It gives me the reward when I'm right. If I'm wrong, it gives me another chance, but I'm not interested. And if I do division, rather than doing decimal points, it will do remainders. If I did 9 divided by 4, it wants to know the quotient, but it'll then tell me there's a remainder of 1. And something else kind of interesting is it will not deal with negative numbers. If I try to do 5 minus 6, it won't even let me enter that number. And if I do a bunch of these, it'll give me my results. The feature I remember using the most as a kid is the memory bank. In school, we would all have to memorize our addition tables, our multiplication tables, and we were given flashcards that we would use to quiz ourselves. But instead of writing things down, I entered everything into the DataMan and then it quizzed me. Even though I would have to re-enter everything after turning it off and on again, I just loved doing it because I loved pushing buttons, and there are so many buttons. I think that's 1. I mean 7. And you'll see we have a little timer up here. And then we get our results. ElectroFlash is like an automated flashcard system. You give it the number, you give it the operation, and then it would apply that operation to that number and all the other numbers. 8 divided by z. Go! That's going to be 8. Yay! Take that, anti-math! Number Guesser is the first proper game. DataMan secretly comes up with a number, and then we have to guess what it is. Rather than just saying higher or lower, DataMan will explicitly spell out what the range is that we're narrowing things down to as we go further and further. It's between 9 and 100. How's about 60? 60 and 100. How's about 80? Oh, oops, that was 88. By the way, it gives me a reward when I do something in the range. If I thought the answer was 3, well, 33. No, that's crazy talk. 75. Boy, am I really? Was it 72 all along? Did it really take me having to get all the way into a range that only had one reasonable number? Come on. Once I was nearly captured by the wizard Anti-Math on a moon of the icy planet Froze. He threatened to keep me and my secrets locked up forever. My friends saved me by moving me between them with such great speed that it confused the old wizard. Before he knew what was happening, I was off in a flash. It was so much fun, I decided to make up a game to play with my friends just in case Anti-Math ever has me cornered again. It's called Wipeout. This is like a hot potato kind of game that multiple players can play. You answer a problem as fast as you can, then you hand the DataMan to the next player who tries to solve it as fast as they can, and you keep this up until at some unknown random time, the timer goes off, and whoever is left holding the DataMan at that point loses. Oh, time ran out! Force Out is like a digital game of NIM. DataMan picks the starting number, and then each player has to pick a number between 1 and 9 to subtract. The number keeps going down and down as the DataMan gets handed from player to player. If your subtraction forces the number to go down to 0, you lose. The missing number or box game lets you choose where in the formula you want to guess the number, and then you pick an operation, and then DataMan will give you a whole bunch of problems. The manual then invents other games around the games built into the DataMan. With Star Math Race, you get a board that you and your friends can put pieces on. You use the memory bank to go through problems, and you see who can get 10 in a row perfectly. Another variant of that is Orbit Math, where your board is the whole solar system. Back in those days, Pluto was considered a first-class citizen. First Out is just like Force Out, that game of NIM, except your goal is the opposite. Now you want to be the player who gets the display to go down to 0. Spaceball uses a baseball diamond. Using the Electro-Flash automated flashcard system, you get to move through the bases depending on how many problems you solve correctly. Astro Race gets a bit more complex. Using the missing number game, you solve problems and note whether your answer is even or odd. Even lets you move forward 2 asteroids at a time, and odd lets you jump 3 asteroids at a time. You'll have to go around the spaceship in the way that Anti-Math put there, and see who can get to the finish line first. And finally we have Anti-Math Maze, a game truly created by a villain. Find a path through the maze where the result of the formula will give you 50. There's no order of precedence here. You just do each operation one at a time in the order you encounter them. Apparently there are several paths through here that work. I did not do any of them. At the end are notes for teachers or parents on how to help the kid play with the game. The DataMan came with a 1-year warranty. A warranty that was refreshingly small and easy to read. They also set up calculator exchange centers. Rather than getting your unit serviced, you could get it exchanged for a brand new unit for $3. Find the calculator exchange center nearest you by calling this toll-free 800 number. And today, you can use DataMan right on your desktop just by running MAME. Nowadays, MAME is a lot more than an arcade machine emulator. It emulates personal computers, synthesizers, and even handheld electronics like the DataMan. Use the keyboard assignments on the right as your keypad, and you get a nice large replica of the DataMan display. Best as I can tell, all DataMan functions are available. DataMan to Commander Numberfun. From a faraway planet, a voice answered. We hear you, DataMan. Go ahead. Sir, the young Earthlings are smart and eager to learn, but I fear that anti-math will get them in his clutches. They must discover the wonders of Numberfun before it's too late. I must go there now. The commander's answer was swift. Proceed to planet Earth, DataMan. Drive out the evil anti-math. Become friends with the young Earthlings. Teach them the secrets of Numberfun. And that, Earthlings, is how DataMan came into your world.